He notices it on a Tuesday night, not because she confesses, not because he catches her with another man, not because some dramatic scene finally exposes the truth. No, he notices it because something feels wrong after she slept with someone else. The apartment still looks the same. Her shoes are still near the door. Her perfume still lingers in the hallway. Her voice still says, "I'm tired, babe." But her energy feels unfamiliar, colder, more distant. Like her body returned home, but some invisible part of her stayed somewhere else. And the terrifying thing about betrayal is this: most men feel it long before they can prove it. Because when a woman sleeps with another man, her psychology changes before her story does. Her nervous system changes, her emotional rhythm changes, her habits change. Even the silence around her changes. And the man who loves her usually becomes the last person willing to accept it. If you want more deep psychological truths about relationships, attraction, betrayal, and masculine awareness, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment "awareness" below. Because the signs men ignore today become the pain they regret tomorrow. She's just stressed. She's emotionally overwhelmed. She would never sleep with another man. I'm probably overthinking, but betrayal survives through denial. Women rarely expose themselves through confession. They expose themselves through patterns. Tonight, we're exploring 8 signs that often reveal when a woman has slept with another man. The first sign is emotional coldness without explanation. Her warmth disappears in tiny ways. The random touches vanish. Her eye contact shortens. Her hugs feel mechanical. She still texts you, still sleeps beside you, still asks about your day, but emotionally, she feels gone. A woman who recently slept with another man often struggles to reconnect naturally afterward. Sometimes it's guilt. Sometimes her emotional attachment already shifted elsewhere. That's why betrayed men often say, "She was beside me physically, but emotionally somewhere else." Most men ignore this phase because they fear looking insecure, but intuition is often pattern recognition before conscious proof arrives. The second sign is sudden secrecy around her phone. A woman who once left her phone around casually suddenly protects it constantly. The screen faces downward. Notifications disappear. Bathroom trips become longer. Again, privacy alone proves nothing, but sudden changes matter. Once a woman sleeps with another man, information becomes dangerous, and protecting dangerous information creates stress patterns automatically. Most men notice these changes immediately, but silence themselves because they don't want to appear controlling. The third sign is irrational irritation. You become calmer, more patient, more understanding. Yet somehow, she becomes increasingly annoyed by your existence after she slept with another man. Tiny things trigger emotional explosions. The way you text, the way you ask questions, even your presence irritates her. Why? Because guilt creates pressure, and instead of confronting herself honestly, the mind redirects discomfort outward. Suddenly, the loyal man becomes the emotional target she uses to justify sleeping with another man. This is why betrayed men become deeply confused. They think, "If I love her harder, she'll soften." But sometimes your loyalty reminds her of what she's hiding. The fourth sign is excessive affection. This phase confuses men more than almost anything else, because betrayal does not always create immediate distance. Sometimes it creates overcompensation. Suddenly she becomes extra affectionate, extra attentive, extra sexual. You think the relationship is healing, but often what you're witnessing is guilt management behavior. The subconscious mind wants emotional balance. So after sleeping with another man, some women unconsciously increase affection to reduce internal shame. The affection feels slightly forced, slightly timed, almost performative, And many men mistake guilt-driven affection for renewed love. The fifth sign is sudden transformation. New clothes, new perfume, new confidence, new routines. Humans unconsciously absorb energy from people they emotionally desire. That's why her interests shift. Her personality subtly changes. Her emotional energy feels different. And perhaps the darkest part is this: the excitement returns. But not for you. She suddenly feels emotionally alive again while remaining emotionally distant from you. This creates invisible replacement. The relationship still exists physically, but emotionally, another man already occupies the space you believed belonged to you. The sixth sign is intimacy without connection. You still sleep together, still kiss, still go on dates, but emotional presence disappears. Touch becomes mechanical. Eye contact fades. The connection feels hollow. And the brutal truth is this: the body exposes emotional betrayal before words do. When a woman sleeps with another man, emotional fragmentation often follows. That's why many betrayed men describe intimacy during cheating periods as emotionally haunting, like touching someone whose mind was somewhere else. The seventh sign is narrative rewriting. Suddenly, the history of the relationship changes. Your loyalty becomes weakness. Your consistency becomes boring. Your sacrifices become manipulation. Moments she once appreciated suddenly become evidence the relationship was toxic. Why? Because if she admits the relationship was good while still sleeping with another man, then she must confront painful truths about herself. And most people avoid painful self-awareness. So reality gets rewritten instead. This destroys men psychologically because it feels like history itself is changing in front of them. The woman who once praised your loyalty suddenly criticizes the same qualities. The emotional rules shift overnight. And the deeper truth is this: people preparing to leave often rewrite the past to justify the future. The eighth sign is emotional absence during silence. This is the one she can never fully fake. Not during public affection, not during social media moments, not during conversations. Silence exposes emotional truth faster than words ever can. When two people sit quietly together, nervous systems communicate honestly, and you feel it immediately. The impatience, the emotional drift, the invisible wall. Her body may still belong to the relationship, but emotionally she feels connected elsewhere. And this is where many men lose themselves psychologically. Because instead of trusting their instincts, they negotiate harder. They become more understanding, more forgiving, more accommodating. They abandon themselves trying to preserve the illusion. But attraction cannot survive self-abandonment. The more a man ignores his instincts after she slept with another man, the more he loses his identity trying to save someone emotionally leaving him. Most betrayals do not begin physically, they begin psychologically. Long before she sleeps with another man, emotional detachment usually begins quietly. Validation shifts elsewhere. Excitement shifts elsewhere. Curiosity shifts elsewhere. By the time physical betrayal happens, emotional betrayal often existed for months. That's why men feel confused after discovering cheating, because deep down, their bodies sensed the shift long before evidence appeared. They remember the strange coldness, the distant eye contact, the emotional static in conversations. The signs existed, but hope made them reinterpret reality. And hope becomes dangerous when it disconnects you from truth. Many men destroy themselves trying to preserve relationships already collapsing internally. They overlove, overgive, overexplain. They believe if they become more patient, supportive, and understanding, she will emotionally return after sleeping with another man. But relationships cannot heal through one-sided emotional labor. Now understand something important. None of these signs alone prove a woman slept with another man. Human beings are complicated. Stress exists. Depression exists. Emotional burnout exists. But consistent patterns matter. Coldness, secrecy, irritation, disconnected intimacy, narrative rewriting, emotional absence. Together they often reveal truths words never will. This conversation is not about paranoia, it's about awareness. Modern men are often taught to suppress intuition entirely, ignore discomfort, question perception, endure humiliation silently. But emotional intelligence does not mean blindness. A healthy relationship creates emotional clarity, not chronic confusion. And if your nervous system constantly feels destabilized after she slept with another man, stop dismissing that signal. Because the deepest pain is not discovering betrayal. The deepest pain is realizing you sensed it all along and betrayed yourself trying to avoid the truth. Most men do not break when the relationship ends. They break when they realize how long they abandoned their instincts to preserve fantasy. Women may hide words after sleeping with another man, but behavior always leaks reality eventually. The body tells stories the mouth tries to suppress. And sometimes the strongest thing a man can do is stop explaining away what his soul already knows. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment truth below. Because awareness protects dignity.